you know I've got the, well, you know I won the 3D Panasonic TV.
No.
Well, I won that on the, which, that was the Invasion award that I won.
So
was
the
the
award. You said, "Oh, I can't attend." Could you?
No, that was another one.
Right.
That was another one. I didn't win anything in that.
Oh.
It did show it. That was the thing over in Liege. No, earlier in the year, the Invasion award that I won, there was the award, which is all really, really nice, and the prize package that came with it. There was a big 52-inch Panasonic 3D TV.
Have you got Sky
so
3D?
I don't have. I've thought about it, but I haven't actually put it to my wife yet. But no, we've got the PlayStation, so we've got the 3D games on the PlayStation,
oh, yeah.
and I've got an NVIDIA setup for testing my stuff as I work on it. So I've played a few 3D games, but the honest thing is, I guess I'm too focused on everything else to have time
I'm
for
not
gaming.
impressed with 3D games, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, I've only played a few.
Right.
So far, I have not been impressed.
Right. Well, I think now what's the racing one?
What, Gran Turismo 5?
No, it was, you know, the old Sony racing game. They did a 3D version of it. It's like where you're on hovercrafts. I'm trying to think what it's called. Wipeout.
Oh yeah.
Wipeout. They did a 3D version of that, and yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not huge depth, but it's pretty impressive. It's.
I think I've been playing long games, but the one downstairs at this event, have a look before you go, and it's that big screens, big projectors,
right,
and it's very, very jolly.
Right. So that's not very good.
I better say who you are. It's Andrew Murchie from Enhanced Dimensions, which is a website. I'm very appreciative of Andrew because it has actually sort of set me quite a bit of traffic, which I didn't tell you actually.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks. I can see on the Google Analytics Enhanced Dimensions. So
well, I'll mention this, and hopefully we'll get you some.
Well, yeah, great. As you just literally, only about 2 days ago, you've now got 1 million views for 3D videos.
Yep.
What do you use for your 3D?
All my videos are done pretty much in After Effects. Most of them are, I guess, effects, kind of composited things. I just bought the little Panasonic, I can never remember its number.
Oh, no, yeah,
you know, the little one with the little lens attachment. I bought that as a Christmas present for myself to experiment with. And I've been playing with it. I mean, it is, everyone knows it's limited, but I think if you use it within its limits, you can actually do some interesting bits.
The lenses are quite close together.
Very, very close. Yeah. But I think if you see the last video that I uploaded, the last music video, that's all shot on it. And just using 3 different shots, certainly the close-up shots work very well. The close-up of the guitar, which I think works really well. But yeah, it's very limited. I mean, hopefully the next kind of stuff I'm looking to do is start making, I guess, 3D shorts that have got proper narrative. Okay. And for that, I couldn't use it. It just hasn't got the capacity to do all the shots.
You just mentioning that you won an award. Did we just discuss that on camera?
I don't think we discussed it on camera, but you can edit it.
Did we discuss that?
No, I don't think we did.
I'm sure we did.
Did we? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we did actually, because I'm sure I was salted.
Okay.
What were we talking about? All right. So, I mean, the one I always think of when I think of you is obviously that you got loads of hits for that music video. Was that your first music video? You know, the one where you've got the characters in
Yes, the holograms.
Holograms, aren't they? How long did that take to do?
Oh, that took a long time to do.
Really? And how did it come about?
All of this actually came about because I'm a musician as well. So way back, I sort of write and record, and it was a natural progression to start making videos for myself. So I've got some old 2D videos. And I guess I always use my own music and my own content to learn new techniques and new technologies. So the hologram video thing was just, I had the song and I was trying to think of an interesting way to present it because I knew I wanted to experiment with 3D and learn. Well, I'd started learning some of it and I thought, okay, could I do something a bit more advanced? In terms of how long it took, I mean, it's all done in my spare time. Probably 6 to 9 months, to be honest.
whole of that clip by clicking on the link at the bottom now. We're at 3D storytelling event hosted by Ravensbourne, and you've come all the way from Scotland, haven't you, for this? Yeah. And what have you found so far? What have you discovered so far?
I think the most exciting thing for me is the fact that there's so many people actually experimenting or thinking or working in 3D. I mean, that to me is it's just the most amazing thing. Going to some of the sessions, I think it's been really interesting, again, for me coming from Scotland, because there certainly hasn't been, well, anything anywhere near like this of any scale. So being able to see the rigs and to get hands-on with them, just nose about a bit, that's certainly been really interesting, because that's, I guess, where
I don't think there's anything like this pretty much anywhere in Europe. I mean,
no,
I've never blown away by the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's, well, the place is astounding as well. I think in some cases, I guess if there's any negatives, I felt almost that I was being pitched to quite a lot. It was instead of maybe, I guess I thought it might be, because of where we are, slightly more educational based. Yeah. But quite often you just felt it was a bit of chat and almost pitching for business.
The code, decode one.
Yeah,
a bit like
yeah. Again, it's still really interesting. I've met up with a whole lot of people that I've only spoken to before or only emailed. So yeah, no, it's just astounding.
I met a guy earlier on who came up to me, and I didn't even think about this, and he said, "I'm producing 12 Bollywood films in 3D," and I thought, of course, that's an obvious 3D film, isn't it? Because you got all the movement, but you got these fixed shots, it's a stage shot.
I think yesterday, I don't know, were you any of the, what was the one? I can't think what it was called. It was something about how many dimensions are there to a story. Were you any of that?
I didn't go to that one, no.
Yeah, I went to that, which was, it was interesting, although I felt they were almost trying to grasp at there being more to it than there was.
Right, yeah.
I guess if you go back, could you get any more emotion from a film by making it black and white or colour? I don't know if you get any more emotion. You just get a slightly different feel to it visually. So there was a lot of almost felt like people were grasping at straws to suggest there was more to it than maybe there is.
I think so. I was talking to Shop the other day, and it was sort of saying how we need to get to the point where it could only be possibly watched in 3D. But as you say, it's sort of. But then again, you're sort of saying we don't want to make 3D the reason to watch a video. I don't know, it's all very mixed messages, I feel, still at the moment.
I think that's it. It's early days. I mean, so many times across the last couple of days I've heard people say, well, this is so early, we've had 100 years of making 2D movies, here we are really only a couple of years in, because I think any previous iterations of it have been so hampered by technology and would have made things so difficult to do that you can see why they would fail. We are in very early days.
Yeah, I'm hoping not to hear that question all the time. Does 3D have a future? Because that's what I said. Nobody's got the answers, have they? What are you planning this year then?
This year, I've got some scripts written. So my next steps are going to be finding cast and crew and start filming some 3D shorts with a proper narrative and proper story.
So, not in terms of you're not going to be pitching to everybody, you're actually going to produce this yourself?
No, I'm just going to do it myself.
Wow, that's going to be, because you full-time work as well.
Well, that's it. Well, I guess this is my interest and my hobby, so I'm just lucky I have the skills from workplace in many cases to actually do this. So no, I'm excited. I think this year's going to be the year I start filming in 3D as opposed to animating in 3D, I think. Right. Okay. Well, brilliant. Well, thanks so much. Really good to talk to you, get your perspective of things, and go to enhance-dimensions.com. Be a link on this video anyway. So thank you. Thank you.